Yo, 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 new day, new day. It is officially day 3 of me just grinding Barrow Trauma, and I regret nothing. This game is peak, this game is awesome, officially awesome sauce. Even though, half the time, I don't really know what's going on. Well, the thing is, I get what's going on, like, slowly but surely, I get the gist of each new thing I stumble upon. But each new thing I stumble upon just adds to the layers upon layers of just, I guess, mechanical depth of this game. It is insane. It is crazy. The recent thing I stumbled upon is the artifacts, like alien artifacts that are just kind of there underwater. They're just chilling, and I don't really know what they are. But they do give me some sort of effect that is just, I don't know, making the player kind of schizo. And I question reality whenever I am around this certain object. Which, kind of didn't go all too well. It reminds me a lot of the, what's it called? There is a chest in Sea of Thieves that are like, I can't remember the name, but it's a chest where you have it on your ship, and then your ship just kind of begins to burn, when you have it on there. So there's kind of like a strat of like having just the tiniest bit of water on the bottom of your ship, and then it can cool down the chest so your ship doesn't fucking burn. It kind of explodes sometimes if it burns all, too much. There's also a strat of just putting it on the edge of your ship, like on the, what's it called, on the long thingy. I forget what it's called. Where you put it on the long thingy, but that's like kind of risky because it still blows up your boat, and it is also it's in risk of being stolen by other players, right? So that's Sea of Thieves, but there is an artifact. I don't know if all artifacts are the same. I suppose they are not. There are like a lot of different, just missions in general in this game, but all of them are kind of like reskinned to be slightly different, but like in a good way, right? Because there's always something new to explore in this game. I am, 45 hours into this game? And I still feel like a fucking noob. I don't know what's going on whatsoever. And I love that. Absolutely love it. I do have the precision, however, to just, in a fucking instant, pull out the, whenever I switch boats, whenever I switch submarines, I can instantly pull out the reactor, just like in my head. Pull out the automated reactor setup scheme and like all the numbers and stuff. Okay. So the numbers of the ships are ever changing. There are like components which are, they're challenging. I gotta look at the reactor thing again because the reactor has been kind of fucking me over, not giving me enough power whenever like the power fluctuations happen, aka whenever I like turn and am in combat, and whenever I actually really need it, my reactor is failing me. And that is of course due to the fluctuations in the demand of power that the ship needs. But I don't really know how to fix it. I could, of course, I'm just gonna go through the entire thing, but I think I already have. But that's like way back when, and by way back when I mean like a month ago or something. I made a whole like schematic and the math of like calculating, getting the exact calculations of what demands, because the demand calculations of the ship's power are just like on the web, on the wiki. So it's just matching that somehow, like through the components, which in this case you need 2 memory components, aka 2 like constants that you can switch between, depending on, how many rods you have, how, fuel rods you have, how many, what the max power output of your ship is. Which I've also found out, it should have been pretty obvious to me, but I found out that can change depending on what upgrades your ship has. Your ship's engineers, I think, they get an upgrade where you get, it's either 9 or 10% more. I think it's 10% more, and then you can get 9% even more just from upgrading your ship. From upgrading your submarine. And that is... Thunder, shut up. That is, quite a lot, so that might just be the difference maker, but I don't think it's too bad. I upped this ship right here, I upped it from 48 to 52. Because I had the upgrade. I don't know, I kind of just assumed I had the upgrade. I was on the ship already, I was away from the outpost. When I fixed it. I say away from as if I couldn't just go back in 10 seconds. But the reality is I don't really know what my power output is, and it sucks because it's fucking me over whenever I need it the most. Because whenever we are in combat, right? Me and me crew of NPCs, there is gonna be a lot of power going around, from everything from me steering the ship in different fucking directions, and the pumps pumping water out the ship in general, also the guns. So that's 3 things right there that are all pretty demanding power-wise. Uh-oh. God damn it. Jesus. Are pretty demanding power-wise. You can of course upgrade it to take, do less, or drain less of your... God damn it, you were going the other way. You can of course upgrade the ship in order to make it drain less energy overall, and also just to get more out of it. You can also get an upgrade where you can just get more out of your fuel rods. But I just upgraded my fuel rods to use not the default ones, but I forget what they're called, thorium, something. They're black, gray-ish, and they work just like all the other fuel rods. I don't really know what to elaborate on here. They work like fuel rods. There's nothing more to it. But there's a lot of shit to think about, and this is, again... Oh god, I feel like I just got down, I'm just about to crack the code on, becoming a good, engineer on the I intended to dive. This might be my downfall. This is... shit. This is gonna be totally my bad. This is gonna be a complete skill issue if I die to Mato alone. God damn it. I feel like I've just gotten, engineering stuff down. I just got, captain stuff down. Well, not actually, but I'm about to, I'm getting there, right? Oh my god, this is not the time to... I can't even control with my keyboard? Okay, well, I was just doomed. Let's sit back down. I was standing up this entire time. Let's see if we can fix whatever the fuck that was. Okay, it has been fixed. What the fuck? Why is it all... I feel like it's always in the Oro and Mato fight, my controller fails me. I don't know why. It's a curse. So... there's still a lot of shit left for me to learn. But I know... it's all, tangible, right? In my head, I kind of compare it to Rain World. Where in Rain World, there is... you know, it's, of course, I mentioned also that it's kind of like you are a part of the ecosystem, which is all great and all, but in the, like, it's way more technical and mechanical and kind of tangible in a way, Barrow Trauma is, because you know exactly, like, what you need to do, like, you know what your problems are, whereas in Rain World, you need to, like, you're figuring out, like, you are a literal fucking animal, right? You need to figure out, like, who is this enemy of mine, what are their abilities and stuff, where in Barrow Trauma, there are, of course, like, different enemies that you need different strategies to take down and stuff, but it's way more to do with, like, you know, I don't know, there are so many things, like, I thought I could on the fly just come up with a single example of what I needed to do, but there is so much going on that I cannot boil it down to like one single thing I need to do. I just need to get my shit together, and really just, I don't know, what I really like is that I get to micromanage all like the NPCs, but it's not as detailed micromanaging as I would like it to be. One of the things I really liked about the little small campaign we had, me and my rival, me and Bro, a couple days ago, was that we could very easily, like, we were two people. One person was the captain, one person, you know, he was the captain, he was like steering and, you know, controlling all crewmates and stuff like that. I was the guy out on missions and stuff, and, you know, in between missions, I was grinding down this fabricator, whereas in this single player run, I have to do both, because there is not a command to, like, make NPCs fabricate something, like, make crew members fabricate. I even researched it, I say researched, I looked up on Reddit, where, like, how people are going about this. And there was, like, a couple of years ago, again, this community is not very big. So the only update I got was from a couple of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, of a guy that had this exact problem, and then some random guy in his comment section said, "Oh, this sounds fun to make a mod about," and then like a couple of weeks, maybe a month later or something, he says, "Oh yeah, the mod is done, here you go." And those are the only 2 comments in that thread, which is insane. Like, but it's just a mod you can find on the workshop where you can, you know, make crew members fabricate stuff. I don't know how well it works, or like how it works specifically, but all I know is that I looked it up, and all the comments on the workshop thingy were just people saying, "Please update this, I really need this." And it hasn't been updated yet, so I'm not even gonna try to download it. I'm thinking maybe if this hyperfixation of mine continues far enough, I could, like, try to program it myself, because I have dabbled in some programming, right? I did some high school programming stuff, not that I was good at it, but I can try. But that's gonna take a lot of fucking effort, and I'm not gonna do that just for like this, you know, hyperfixation if it wears out for like after a week or something. But you know, that's probably the biggest like thing missing, you know, quote unquote missing from the game. It's just you can't make crew members fabricate stuff, which kind of sucks. It sucks real bad, because then you have to do, like, you can't do both things at the same time. Like, the thing is just, everything takes time, right? Something else that I really have struggled with is making NPCs keep their fucking armor on. I do not know for the life of me why do these crew members I buy them this expensive armor for like, you know, 400 marks per piece or something, and weapons with that. You know, weapons they can use because they're just sitting there chilling in their inventory. But then, I think the thing is that they get, either they get to an outpost and just drop their guard, maybe, or they take on diving suits, and then they just don't re-equip their like chest plate. It's mostly the chest plates that are a problem here. I am about to die to Dung Defender. This is bad. This is a bad look for the channel. So, whew, that's like two of the biggest issues, which are very, very NPC dependent. And I fucking hate that fact that I can't really do anything about it unless I like deep dive into the workshop. Because it's a pretty, like, a pretty substantial, important, pivotal, other words, part of the game is to, like, make stuff instead of buying it. Like, a big part of why I even got a new ship is because I wanted a fabricator that I could actually use. I bought the Orca 2 just because it sounded versatile, like the scout class. There are 2 entrances. There are, you know, there was a bunch of things that looked promising on paper, but in practice, it is the Orca 2 is pretty ass. The output was abysmal. The reactor couldn't do fucking anything, which might have been my own fault. I gotta be honest. So, it might not be that ass. The cannons are, like, at the top. They are right there. You know, the people gunning, the gunnermen, they're all very, they're just in the fucking, okay. You are in combat, right? In a submarine. The submarine only goes right, which is just the map layout. The submarine can only go to the right. Like right or left. Basically, you're supposed to go right. And everything, of course, comes from the right side. But, you know, the right top side, mostly. Which is why I've switched to a new guy. Because this was, you know, sure, there was a gun there, but there was also this thing called a wall that was not very reinforced and not very strong and cost a lot to, like, upgrade. And that was right besides these guys. So if there was a single hull, if there was a single breach in the hull, everything would flood, and my gunners with them. So I had such a hard time, like, scraping money together to buy a new ship, because all my shit just there is so much going on. Oh my god. I need to slow down. Holy shit. There were so many problems with the Orca 2, so I switched to the Herja, which is an attack style guy. It's also kind of awkward because it has a huge blind spot in the front, and I know I just said the front is like the most pivotal part to have, you know, something attacked in, or some like guns in, something attacked in. It's a pretty pivotal part to, like, protect. But here it's like everything important, like, inside the ship is in the back of the ship, and in the back of the ship there are 3 guns, count them, 3 guns, and then 1 in the front. Front below, which, you know, front below, not the best, but, you know, 3 in the back that are protecting both the reactor, the captain's quarters, and, you know, to some extent the guns. Pretty goated, pretty awesome, pretty swell. So that's, like, pretty good. just in and of itself. I don't really know like the different pros and cons. Of course, there are 4 guns, which is pretty insane, pretty great. That's a whole thing that is worth it in and of itself. But essentially, it's just way better than the Orca 2. I found out that people really despise the Orca 2. It is probably the worst tier 2 in the game, which, well, sucks to suck that I randomly chose that. I didn't have any preferences when I mean, again, it sounded good on paper, the Orca 2. It was just versatile. But maybe you shouldn't go after versatile in Barotrauma in general. It does have the opportunity to have like a different type of gun, however, and I don't really have any. I don't know. I just got through like one mission and then restarted the mission because again half my crew died because of a fire, like sort of from a fire that was caused from this artifact. Oh my god, that was what I came here to talk about. That it's been 20 minutes now since I left the artifact. God damn it. There is so much going on. Okay, so I was sent out by the... not the coalition, from the separatists. I'm in pretty good terms with like all of them. You know, you can go from -100 to 100 points, just like reputation wise. I am in with both the coalition and the separatist and the honk mothers. I am in 90 plus. At least. So that's pretty goated. That's pretty great. The Husks, the last 4th faction, I am in like -5, but still in neutral terms. So I'm not in anyone's radar in terms of they need to hunt me down, you know. So that's pretty great. It feels like there's not. I would like it to like separate me way more. Because there are way more missions now that are just kind of like, you know, you get uneven distributed points, right? So I get like 15 points to the coalition reputation, and then negative 10 or 12 to the other guys, to the rebels. Like, I would like it to be perfectly evenly distributed. Because it feels like I'm just, you know, the eternal good guy. I'm just the guy everybody likes. I'm the mediator of everything. I don't know. It also feels kind of stupid when you are this good guy for both sides. I'm beginning to get missions where I need to like, you know, oh, the coalition captured one of our lieutenants. Go and raid their outpost. Go and break free their prisoners. And then, you know, then the coalition says, oh, one of our captains were captured on this separatist vessel. Go and sink the vessel and bring back our captain. You know, like, if I am this like middleman, why can't I just broker like a fucking a peace treaty, quote unquote, between these guys and just kind of, you know, I like the fact that I can just be a middleman. Like I profit off of chaos, right? Between like a war between these guys. I like that fact. But you know, there's not a lot of different solutions to this. God damn it. Review of today's runs, absolutely horrible, atrocious, bad. I need to stop yapping. Well, that's a lie. I need to start yapping some more. This was good. This was a good yap session. All right. Well, I'm gonna. I don't know. I need to not sit on my ass anymore. Well, I'll see what I can do. Goodbye.